Hello and welcome to this week's Caregiver Question of the Week. This week we have a question about posture and Parkinson's disease, two things that are really important, and often people with Parkinson's disease have a tough time with posture. So the question more specifically was, why would someone with Parkinson's disease always be hunched over? And the answer is not necessarily as straightforward as you think. So stay tuned for that. Before we answer though, first, my name's Amelia. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm also the owner and founder of Higher Standards Caregiver Training, as well as the very proud co-founder of WCN University. That's Whole Care Network University, which is a care resource site for family caregivers. Also, guys, this is for educational purposes only. It's not a substitute for health or medical advice or for a therapeutic relationship. So if you need those things, make sure you're reaching out and advocating for that from your individual licensed healthcare provider. Okay, let's jump in and answer this question. So one of the very common things that we see with folks who have Parkinson's disease is kind of a hunched posture. And a lot of times the assumption is that that comes from weakness in the core, weakness in the back, maybe back pain or a spinal injury or something like that. And of course, those things can happen, and those things could be the root cause, but more often when someone has Parkinson's disease, the root cause of this bent over posture is the fact that they can't feel that they're bent over. So one of the primary problems that people have when they have Parkinson's disease is there's a disconnect between the motor functions of the body and the sensory system of the body. So the person essentially isn't getting good feedback about their body position or their movement in space. So when they're hunched over, a lot of times they genuinely don't know. They can't feel it. That's also the underlying kind of root cause behind a lot of other sort of like typical Parkinson's symptoms that we see, things like very small steps or a shuffling gait, very small handwriting, things like that. It really has to do with the idea that this person can't actually feel the position of their body in space or how it's moving. So what can we do about that? Well, we need to give them cues. We need to give them the feedback that they're not getting from their own body. And we might need to do it really frequently, because if you can't feel your own body or where it is, it's really easy to kind of keep slipping back down into that hunched over posture. So we might need to give them a lot of cues. We might need to tell them pretty frequently, hey, you're hunched over. Can you stand up straight? We can also put cues in the environment for that person so that they can self-correct more often. Things like, making sure that they can look up and see a picture on the wall, or they can see a certain point of view out the window or something, right? Something that tells them that they're upright enough to see far enough forward that they are in fact standing up straight. And of course, posture is really important to try to correct as much as we can for a variety of reasons. Of course, posture is really important for things like balance and fall prevention, but it's also really important for our ability to breathe adequately. It's important for other body functions like our cardiovascular system. Poor posture can be associated with swelling in the lower part of the body, actually. And poor posture even has an effect on how well we can do things like urinate and have bowel movements. So it's really important to try to maintain good posture as much as possible. And providing those visual cues in the environment, as well as those frequent sort of verbal cues, those verbal reminders to stand up straight for folks with Parkinson's disease, can be really helpful with that. Because like I said, a lot of times it's not that this person is so weak that they can't stand up straight. It's more that they're not getting that feedback from their body. They don't necessarily know or feel that they're hunched over. Thank you so much to the person who asked this question. It's a great question on a really important topic. If you have a care question, you can ask it totally anonymously. All you have to do is click the link that goes along with this video to ask your care question. You don't have to share your name. You don't have to share your email. You can simply submit your question and I'll do my best to answer it for you. If I'm not the right person to answer it, I will go and try to find the expert who can. Thanks again for watching Caregiver Question of the Week. Until next time, please stay healthy, stay well, and most of all, take care. Bye.